Hello friends, welcome back to what we would call a coaching week, because I didn't compete in Doha. So I had the opportunity to take around Sam, Will and Jordan. Sam and Will, whom I both coach at TriStar Gymnastics Club. Jordan, who trains at Christchurch School of Gymnastics down south. We had Cameron come with us again from Cottbus as a judge, and that was the whole men's gymnastics gang. So only 3 of us this time. 3 athletes, 1 coach, and 1 judge. It's my 3rd time in Doha. First time was 2016 World Cup, exactly the same World Cup, exactly the same arena. However, I stayed in a hotel that was in the center of the city. Second time was Worlds 2018, and this is the 3rd time. Sam and Will were in the first subdivision on floor. So we started off the whole World Cup, and needless to say, the boys were shaky. I think of the 5 athletes that went out in that first group with us, only one of the gymnasts hit his routine. It was the Spanish guy. We had 2 of the Russians in our group. And that Spanish guy, I think, ended up withdrawing from the finals because he hurt himself on a vault. And that reminds me, I promised to tell some stories about vault. Hopefully I still remember them. So Sammy had a bit of a shocker. Understandably, you fall once, you lose a lot of motivation to kind of fight through to the end. I think Sammy fought, but needed to put in just a little more juice on that dismount. Will overcooking that double twist, bringing his full twist to his butt. Good save there. It's a whole different experience traveling as a coach. I've joked that it's a paid vacation. And it was really cruisy. So we would have a training session with the boys. I'd do my best to look after them. William just misjudging that triple twist a little bit, think he was okay, but he thought he was short, so piked it down unnecessarily. So we'd have a session, and I would kind of do a little bit of training afterwards. Nobody really knew that I was a coach, I don't think, so it was quite nice because I got to walk around to and from the competition and training arena as if I was an athlete, because I guess most of the officials recognized me from competing in Cottbus. Will on pommel horse. So it was the same sort of qualification system as Cottbus. 3 events day 1, floor pommel rings. 3 events day 2, vault P bar high bar. Will, what are you doing? What are you doing falling off that dismount? But he brought it back, kind of. Not really. Will's dismount is close. Surely this year will be the transition from the B to the C dismount. without the turns. So with the turns would be a D, with the there and back would be a E. Jordan O'Connell-Lynns, the New Zealand pommel horse prodigy. Unfortunately had a bit of a slip up there. Nobody's really quite sure what happened. Competing internationally is a whole different beast. Skills that don't give you any problems in training or even in domestics can all of a sudden become confusing on the international scene. It's makes it more of an enticing challenge because the reward is that much greater when you do well, when you make it into the finals, and then even beyond that, podium finishes and good results. That's all the more sweeter. Something I really want to taste. So I think it would be fair to say that Mike Tone is the Australian pommel horse GOAT. And Michael has a really difficult set. I think in Cottbus and in Doha, he had mistakes, so he ended up missing out on the finals. So a 13.633 to make horse finals. Doable for Jordan. If you put that into perspective, a clean low to mid 5 start value would get you through. I didn't see what made floor. I want to say it was about a mid to high 13. Again, a number that both Sam and Will have gotten in the past. And again, it's hitting that one that counts when you're overseas, which is the hard part. On the plus side, Sam fixed up his Yamawakis on rings. There was just a very minor adjustment we had to make in the way he approaches the skills. So as you can see, compared to Koppers, it's a whole different story. Much smoother in the swing out of that pike Yamawaki, also called the Jonasson. Probably a 1 and a 1 there for lack of control, and then a 0.1 on that step, which would total 0.3 easy fixes. Sam finished in 11th. 0.3 from the finals. So there you go. Just those little three tenths, and Sam would have been in. And there, so the day one finished, I went back into the training gym and did a little basics. I wanted to do more, but I still felt, I don't know what the right word is, a bit lethargic, depleted after Koppers. So speaking about the rings final, there was some really, really strong competitors in that final. The Armenians, they always send their top guys to these World Cups. There was a couple strong guys from Azerbaijan, which I hadn't heard of before. Yeah. No China in this World Cup. Usually China sends their athletes. So I'm not sure why they didn't send them. There's my preparations for the stoop, or the jam, or the Adler. It's got 3 different names for one skill. And yeah, all I could muster was some taps. I didn't do a single release in Doha. Some taps and some endos. After the competition, we stayed at John's brother's house. So John's brother's a pilot, and we had to find a place to stay for a week. We only had to stay for 2 days because we ended up getting our flights changed. But long story short, we stayed with John's big brother for a couple nights, and it was awesome. You'll see some clips of the place at the end of the video. We had Crash Team Racing on PlayStation 4. It's my favorite childhood game. Those that know me, back in the day, I was the CTR master. Unbeatable. You can challenge me. I'll win. Day 2, we just had Jordan competing on P-bar. Then we had Sam and Will on vault. And Jordan finished up with a epic set on high bar. I think P-bars was pretty doable to make finals. I remember the story of the day was Mitchell Morgans from Australia fell off and still made it into the finals in 8th place. So it was, you know, I kind of wanted to compete, and I wanted to try again to make finals. But at the same time, you know, I had my job to do as a coach, so I had to let go. Let go of that and do my best to support the fellas, to support Sam, Will, and Jordan best as I could. So here we can see 13.366. So even that what do you call it? Scruffy routine from Coppus would have gotten me through. Vault. Sam started us off. I don't know if Sam was going for a triple front. Nah, it's just, you know, the limited reps that we had back in the gym. Sam wasn't used to standing his vault up, so always kind of landing and sinking down a little bit on that double front rather than pushing down into the floor when the feet hit. So probably could have stood it up quite nice. On the other hand, Will again decided to do a souk double twist, and he stuck it. So realistically, he wouldn't have put the 2.5 onto his feet, and let's say if some magical adrenaline kicked in, even if he did put it onto his feet, there likely would have been some big steps on landings. So vault was a 14.166 average. 14.166. So a clean, like a clean 2.5, and then a clean double twist would get you into the finals. So I'll wrap it up here with the commentary with Jordan's routine, and then we'll just let the video play. Jordan had a new addition, the straight catch-of. I think it was his first time competing it. He asked me, he asked me to stand under the bar, and then the moment I lifted him up, I just ran off without even thinking. And then I only realized after I got down from the podium. But at that point, you don't want to run back up because it looks a bit awkward. So sorry, Jordan. But he got through. Caught all 3 releases. Dismount was a bit low, but that's a hit routine as far as we're concerned. Finals here, 12.6. So again, that routine I did in Coppus would have been in. Me and Will had to play on horse after the competition, and that's it. That was us done with our World Cup circuit. Next up, Oceania. Training continues. Thank you, everybody that's commenting, liking, watching. Yeah, adventures continue. Till next time.
I could do it. You made it perfectly fine. Fucking extra point there. Go. Go. Again.
Maybe everything's not a
Go. Don't fight. That's perfect.
Okay, and then when you're like closer to the bottom,
You
your
get
power-ups
the
get
better power ups here.